All right, hey everyone. Just kind of wanted to go over this new Hyper full suspension mid drive 29-inch mountain e-bike that Hyper came out with. Some of you guys have guessed it, and some of you guys were right, but you got to kind of think a little bigger because I bought a few. So I'm adding to my fleet as I'm getting ready to start my mountain biking touring company here in Las Vegas, Vegas Hyper Adventures, and I'm super excited about that. We'll be launching that here in the next couple weeks. But first, I wanted to go over this bike and then do a little ride for you guys. So first of all, I just wanted to go over some of the stuff that is new on the bike. Obviously, the mid drive motor is something that is totally different, and let me tell you, it is very different because it is always on. So it just doesn't shut off. You just keep pedaling and that sucker's on. So it's amazing. The drivetrain is a little different. Same setup as far as the tourney, but you can see that they've added a really nice higher climbing gear, which is really cool. I've already switched out some of the stuff. I put on the Maxxis Recons 29 by 2.4, so they came with 29 by 2.2s, which were better tires than what were on the other 29ers. These weren't bad, but I still switched them out. There's your rear shock. It's not bad. It's a Sun Tour 562. It's an air shock. You have your air shock and your rebound, so it comes stock preloaded with 110 pounds. Seems to be sufficient. When I went on my ride, I upped it to 120 and I put the rebound in the middle, and it wasn't bad. I just rode around a little bit at 110, or hit some curbs and stuff, and it seemed pretty good. Shock. Front shock, much better than the last one. It is not an air shock, but it is still very much better than the other one. So you have your lockout, your adjuster, and you have your rebound. So it seemed to work really well when I went. I like this hub though. The hub's really cool. It's very nice. And as you can see, I already switched out the brakes. It comes with Tecro rotors, and it came with Tecro mechanical brakes, but obviously I switched those out for the hybrid brakes. So I want to show you the setup, which is really cool. This thing the computer setup's pretty neat. It's got five assists, and let me tell you, man, it's powerful. So 5 assists, and then you have a speedometer on here, and then you have this little information which keeps your trip, so your miles. It keeps your let's see, miles, average speed, and your max speed. So that's really kind of cool. You can see my max speed on my ride yesterday, 20.5, and it's not really keeping. I don't think this is. I'm not sure what this is, but because I don't think I rode this bike yesterday. But anyhow, just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on that. The bars. I bought bars, but these are 720s. If they're not 720s, they're 700s. So I'm just returning those bars that I bought and just going to go ahead and ride with this. But yeah, like I said, starting the mountain biking touring company here in Vegas. Everything's about excursions and touring, and I'm super excited because I've seen a bunch of people out there with bikes and they're lost, and so yeah, I've got some cool packages, and again, the website will be up shortly. I'll share that with you guys. Hey, if you guys are coming out to Vegas, man, look me up and I'll put you guys out there on a killer ride and a great excursion. Anyway, enjoy the ride, and we'll get this thing in the dirt and see what it's got. Right now, I'm in assist 1. I put it in assist 2 once, and again, I like the workout, so it's really cool. It comes with this display. It has information for your cadence, your trip, your average speed, your top speed. So it's a little computer. It's better than what was on there, so that's cool. So let's check it out, see what we got. Let's get out of this little gravel stuff here. Again, I'm just in the first gear and her first power mode. So I would say
low power, I guess. First gear, and then you know, it's cool. The one thing I do notice is it's a little lower than the normal 29er. I've pedal striked a little bit, so it does seem like you've got to get used to, if you're going over some rocks, you're gonna have to get used to that, which, well, that'll come. Pedal striking is part of the game. But yeah, it rides really nice for stock. So we'll get into second gear, and yeah, you just sit down and just go. The shocks seem to work pretty good. The tires are, I mean, I'm gonna obviously switch those out. I'm not a fan of the stock tires on any big box bike. I have no idea what the brand is, but I do know they're very thin, and you hit one good rock or one of these thorns and these babies are gone. You get the Maxxis EXOs, and you know, with the little thicker inside, it makes a world of a difference. But yeah, this baby, it goes. It's pretty cool. I mean, again, for a full suspension e-bike, you can't beat the price. So mine was, I bought the 3-year warranty, so the total with tax and everything was like $1,600 and something, and I bought 3 of them. So this one came yesterday, the other 2 come today, and then, whoop, see, these tires are horrible. See, these tires are, they're junk. Again, that's part of riding too. So, thought I heard somebody behind me, but it's just the, whatever they call those bugs in the trees. They'll scream at you here. So let's put this in 2. Also, I think my rear brake is rubbing a little bit, so it's kind of holding me back a little bit, but I'm gonna pull them out anyway. So I did a little minor adjustments to everything yesterday. Yeah, this thing is sick. Yeah, you can hear the brakes rubbing a little bit. That's probably why I have to put it in second. But we'll get through it. And then once I get, you know, the tires and the brakes put on, we'll come out and do a real ride. I'll get used to it a little bit. Then we'll come up and tear it up and do a rebuttal, but you can't beat the price of these things. And the service, the turnaround time is amazing. I mean, this bike came in like 3 days. So today I get the other 2. I got everything now. I went and, again, starting this touring business. You know, here in Vegas, man, everything's about excursions and adventures. So, you know, I ride a lot, so I put together beautiful packages with great little rides from all, you know, types of riding, whether you're a beginner or intermediate. I don't really want to market to pro high-end mountain bikers. That's not going to be my gig. But we put together a ghost town ride, we put together a Hoover Dam ride, and then some desert rides. And I found a new trail up in Mount Charleston, our ski resort, where right now it's probably approaching 90 degrees at about 9 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm trying to get this in. Mount Charleston's probably in the high 60s, and we'll probably be cap out in the 80s today, and we'll be in the hundreds. So I saw a trail that I'm gonna go check out, and that might be my summertime ride. We'll see. We'll see the technical aspect of it, but I'll let you guys hear this. So the front shock is doing pretty good. It's not an air shock. It's more of a, you know, you have a lockout and you have a rebound adjuster. So it's better than what was on the other bikes, for sure. The rear shock is an air shock, and I found information online about it. There's not much in the book, so you got to go online and Google the shock, and you'll get some information from Suntour. But it is a Suntour rear shock as well. The bars, they're 720s. I was really surprised. If not 720s, they're 700s, because I bought three pairs of 720s and I'm returning them, because these are sufficient for my for somebody to ride this bike out on one of my tours. Rims are about the same as before. Looks like the hubs are a little better. The front, yeah, so these brakes are really making noise. So we're definitely gonna be replacing those. But again, if you're not gonna replace them and you're just purchasing this bike to just ride it as is, which is very doable, as you can see, I would take it to your local bike shop, or REI is who I deal with, and ask them to tune it up, and they'll do it. I mean, I bet if you went into REI and asked them to do a brake tune-up, it'd be like no more than 50 bucks. And trust me, it's worth it, because you can spend hours tinkering on these things until they're not rubbing anymore, especially when they're new. Those pads are super thick, but it's doing the job right now. There you go, this is sweet. All right, so now we're gonna start the climb out to the parking lot. The one thing I do want to mention that's kind of weird is the seat. It only goes down so far because there's something in the way. So for me, I'm 5'9", almost 5, about 5'9" and a half. So I'm short, and it's okay for me, you know, but if you look at it from the side, the seat is about as high as the stem, which is, you know, normal. So the frame is lower, but the seat is higher. So this bike, I would say if you are under 5'9", I wouldn't buy it. Unless you, well, I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy it, because you can always cut the seat post down, you know, that's not a problem. You can cut it to fit you. Dropper post, I don't even think it's gonna work, because you gotta get the dropper post down in there too. I don't know, it might, but worst case scenario, if you really wanted the bike and you were 5'8", 5'7" even, because the bike isn't that tall besides the seat post, I would say just cut it down a couple inches and you'd be fine. I may buy a few extra seat posts just for that, just so I can have a couple on hand, or just buy some seats from Hyper. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get Hyper to sponsor me. I'm working on that, but I gotta get this thing up and running. I'm almost there. The website should be up in a couple weeks. We're almost done with that. We're just going through everything right now. I'll have everything ready. I bought helmets. So the package is gonna be, I pick you up if you come to Vegas. I pick you up at your hotel, rather it's on the strip or an off-strip property. I pick you up. We go to the excursion, the destination, and it comes with the e-bike, either the 26, depending on your height, the 29er hardtail would be probably most likely mine, because I would be your tour guide, and then the full suspension bikes are available as well. So if you're under, you know, like I said, if you're shorter, then you're gonna ride my bike and I'll ride the 26, or you'll ride the 26, I'll ride 29, one of the two. But they're all souped up, they're all fixed up and ready to handle at least this, you know? So, yeah, look at this. This is super cool right here. I mean, they came with a really high gear, like for climbing. So you just sit down and, pedal strike. You just sit down and let the bike work. It's really cool. I mean, I got it in that first gear, which is a pretty large gear compared to what we're used to on the other hyper bikes. So that's cool. And it powers you up. You go down to second, it picks up speed, but you got to pedal. So it depends on if you're tired or not. Yeah, these brakes are really rubbing. So we're gonna switch that out today. I should have done it, but you know me, I'm excited. Well, here's the reason why I wanted to do this video today, is because if I don't, I would have had to wait till Monday or Tuesday, because it's supposed to be super hot these 3 days. Today, 107, I think, is the high. 108 tomorrow, 109 on Saturday. So, I mean, I'm sweating bullets already, and it's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. So, but I wanted to get this in for you guys, because I saw people were purchasing them. So I wanted you guys to see it actually on a trail, you know, what it can do. It can go through all my trails. You just got to do, I would do the tire. I would do the tires and brakes. That's why I'm riding just my little out and up, because I don't want to get a flat. Walking this thing would be tough. Look at that. You put it in that first gear, and this thing's just like a Jeep. Look at this. Just get it. Yeah, so cool. I'm just sitting down over these. Super cool. Yeah. So the mid drive's it's interesting. I'll tell you, it feels heavier, and I don't know if that's just because it's, I don't know. It feels heavier. I don't think it is. As far as like when I pick it up to put it on my rack, it doesn't feel heavy. But riding it feels heavier. And maybe that's a mid-drive thing, I don't know. They say it's supposed to have more power. You know, more, not torque, but yeah. It's supposed to climb hills and stuff better. I guess that's if you put it in. This one has 5 power grade. On the thing it says 5. I haven't put it in hardly any of them. I'm in 2 right now. There you go. Oh yeah, if you want assistance, it's there for you. But then again, we also know the battery drains too. But that was pretty cool. I'm climbing a little hill right here. I put it in 4, and it took off. I mean, the one thing about it, it looks sweet. I mean, it looks really nice for 1,600 bucks. You know, these bikes, when you go to a bike shop and try to buy a name brand one, again, we know they come with, you know, better brakes and better this and better that, but you're paying like 4,000 plus for a full suspension e-bike. So now that this is a mid motor, this is so worth it. So yeah, so I'm not switching out the bars. I'm probably gonna leave the pedals. I mean, they're flat. They got some decent grip to them. They're like the 26-inch ones. I can't remember what the 29er came with. Same thing, I think. But I'm not gonna go through and switch those out just yet. I've already spent a lot. So, but I'm ready. I've got people waiting. I've got, every time I talk about it, you know, I mean, our excursions are incredible. 2 of them, the Ghost Town ride and the, I'm going to Snow Canyon in St. George, Utah, which is about 2 hours from Vegas. That one and the Ghost Town one, both of those will come with lunch, a box lunch. So I've got the package all set up. And then the other ones come with the bike, helmet, gloves, pads, electrolytes, Cliff Bars, and then again, like I said, we pick you up and drop you off. Or you can meet us at the trailhead, whatever you want. So that's the whole shebang right there. Hey, the brakes aren't squeaking just as yet, so that's a good thing. But there you go, guys. Hyper full suspension 29er mid drive, absolutely amazing. You know, right out the box, a couple little adjustments. Obviously I could have adjusted the back brakes a little better, but you know, that's what happens. You know, you come out and you try to get something done. So I'm gonna pull those babies off and swap them out today anyway. And I get my other 2 bikes in today, so I'll be putting those together. And I got my rack, and I have the Yakima, and then I also purchased the 2 extension, so I'll have 4 bike rack. If I need the 5th bike, I'll rent a trailer, and that way I can haul everybody in the car. I bought this new Ford Excursion XLT, so I can haul up to 7 people, which I can't do right now because I only have 5 bikes. So the most I could do right now is 5 people, 6 counting me, because I'm the tour guide, and the tour guide, you will not ride without the tour guide. 1, my bikes. 2, these trails are, you know, you don't want to go flying off something that, you know, is going to hurt you or your significant other or your daughter or your son or whatever. So I hope you guys have a good week. I will get back to you on the news, more news, but please watch out. Vegas Hyper, the ultimate e-mountain bike experience. It's coming, and it's coming quick. I'm out. GoPro, stop recording.